Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at Uta no Prince Sama Meiji Love Legend Star, the fourth season of the Uta series. Now, as many of you know, I just actually reviewed the last season of Utapri. That was the third season of it, and I had some issues with it. There was some stuff wrong with it, but the thing was, for the most part, it wasn't bad. And I went to the fourth season because I really heard some good things about it from my ex. That's now my ex, that she really liked the whole series. This season, and we watched it together up to the third season. And I'll tell you right now, though, I watched this and I actually enjoyed a lot of it. It's not that I'm going to say anything per se is horribly wrong with it, but I will say right now that there are some things that I was kind of annoyed with at the same time. It's not as strong as, like I said, the first couple seasons. I don't think after season two, third and fourth season so far haven't been as good. But I'll say this right now, it's definitely still very well done, and I do like some things about it more than the other seasons of this series in general. Now, I'm gonna kind of give you guys a little bit of warning, more so in the beginning of this, because I don't want to feel bad that I spoil anything from the third season. I am, of course, gonna have to spoil some stuff from the third season because the fourth season is a direct continuation from what happens at the very end events of season three. So I do apologize for that. If you do not want to be spoiled for what happens in season three, then by all means just click off the video. Maybe leave a like or comment. Just say, hey, I would have watched the rest of this, but I don't want to get spoiled, etc. So I don't worry about that. It's no big deal. I understand completely, because I did, like I said, just review it like a week ago, and I just wanted to get this out because, as I know from what it seems like, there is going to be some kind of a new series, more so new season, or maybe a movie coming out for this. And I kind of want to review that when it comes out, so I had to catch up as fast as I can when that does come out. I don't know when it's coming out. I have no official date for it yet, but I just want to make sure that I'm caught up with it. Now, after the end of season three, what happens essentially is Heavens comes up in the Triple S event that was between Starish and Quartet Night, and Heavens is like, oh, we're a new super powered band now. We have several members like Starish. They sound so much better. And what Quartet Night does is they're like, well, you know what? They technically won that tournament. They won the concept of doing the opening for the Triple S event, but they're like, you know what? Realistically, Heaven's sung way better than us in our opinion, and we want to have an actual event now. We want to have a battle between all these groups. We want Starish involved, Quartet Night, and Heavens. The thing from there is then, of course, this season focuses on Heavens and Quartet Night, the newer members of Heavens mostly. But that is probably one of my biggest issues with this. So we get these new members from Heavens, and I'm not saying any of them are per se bad. They're actually pretty cool characters for the most part. But I have issues that they're really not fully fleshed out because, the whole concept of this season is duets in the first 10 episodes. Each character is duetting and partnering up with another character from Heavens and Stars respectively, and they're trying to make these songs together. At the same time, it lets the episode actually focus on both characters, but more so it aims to tell you more about a Starish character. So you'll have an episode that focuses more on Iki's character, or Toshi, his character, and etc. But I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying that what happens essentially because of that is that two things happen. One is that we're not given enough story for these new Heavens characters. They come out of the blue, and I'm not saying, like I said, they're not bad characters, but they're not fully fleshed out. They're not fully realized characters. So it's they're really just more so clones of Starish characters, and I have a lot of issues with that, to be honest. Another thing I have issues with is that, remember, this was supposed to be her first harem at one time? That's been going way further and further as the season goes by, I noticed. So, I'll say this right now. It kind of reminds me of a little puppy that's in the corner. You call it over, it doesn't know if it wants to come over, but then it goes back to the corner because it's scared. That's what this season does with the reverse harem concepts, because, Haruka does not have any per se screen time in this. She's not completely gone, don't get me wrong. She's still an important character because she's making the music for all these groups, but her romance elements in this season are essentially null and void. That's just the concept of it. It's null and void. And I do have some issues with that because it's well, Haruka was a big part of this series. At the same time, now she's really kind of just falling by the wayside. Occasionally, they throw in some reverse harem elements. They throw in some, oh yeah, we love this, we love Haruka, etc. And someone will fight for her, namely one character from it. I'm not gonna actually spoil it because I don't want to spoil that for you guys, but that's a problem for me. That's a little bit of a problem because I did actually kind of want to see Haruka get some more screen time. I feel like she's getting phased out more and more as the series progresses, and that's, as a girl that's actually in a reverse harem that I don't hate, because typically the few reverse harems I've seen, of course, I have either mixed feelings about the main girl, and Haruka was one of those girls that I had issues with at the beginning, but she got stronger as a character. and they're kind of like phasing her out. So it's like, I have issues with that. But there are things that I like I said, about season 4 over season 3. I like a lot better. Animation wise, I think that this season was a lot better. The characters looked about the same. I'm not saying with that, but I'm saying with the 3D stuff, because they did have some 3D in the last season, and that was terrible. I'm sorry, right off the bat, that was real garbage. But this season actually focuses a little bit more on the 3D at the near the end. I'm not gonna say the whole series, but more so near the end, and it does a really good job of showing some really nice 3D. Excuse me, I said 3G, which is the cell phone reception. Anyways, that's the old cell phone reception way back when, if anyone remembers 3G. But this season was a lot better in animation, I think, in just general. I think the music also was another thing that I really liked. I did like a lot of songs. Typically, I think it was episode 7 or around that, and episode 9 and 10, I really liked the music in that. And then the final episode had some really phenomenal music. I actually really enjoyed a lot of those songs, which was a surprise, because I usually have mixed feelings on idol songs in general in anime like this, but they were pretty good. I really enjoyed them. A few of them, a few of them were really crappy still. I had issues with them, but for the most part, the music was a lot better, I think, this season than last season, to be honest. So overall, what I'm getting at is, I think that this season was a little bit stronger than season 3, but at the same time a little bit weaker in certain areas. And that's why, honestly, I was very mixed with what I wanted to give this score, because I think originally I wanted to give it a higher score than season 3, but at the same time it's like, do I want to keep it middle ground? Do I want to keep it? What do I want to keep it at? What do I want to score this at? That's why if I had to rate my, Legend Star, I'll just say that because it's season 4 of, Uta Pre, I will give it a B roughly. I think B, it's very close to B plus, mind you. It's very close. Like, if you're doing this realistic, it's probably like an 86 out of 100. Okay, it's close to a B plus, but it's not there. This is a B, because I think that as the series progresses, they're trying to just do more with the series, and it's sometimes falling flat. Like, I think having all these characters from Heavens was a cool concept to kind of mix up with, better songs, and just more so a kind of interesting idea with the whole duet concept. But at the same time, I have issues with that because they don't flesh the characters out enough, and that is a big deal. Anyways, guys and girls, though, I hope you enjoyed this review. As always, if you did enjoy the review, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, the whole 9. Until our paths cross again in the next review, have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.